going on here, fellers?
To drive Model 29 Model A up, and it's got the axle, the spring in the front like that one.
Oh, suicide.
But you can always put a Model A cross member in the front and run your spring there for the spring behind the axle.
Yeah.
Catch me up to speed here. What is happening?
Bucko's got a frame
He's
for
got a
his
frame
chicken
for
coop.
his hot rod.
Oh, yeah?
For his duck. Was it a doctor coop? Oh, chicken coop.
Yeah.
You know how they got? I know why they got that name, because both of mine they got chicken wire,
Yeah.
and that's what holds you up inside. It's all wood frame and shit. That's what I did with my 25. I replaced everything with 1-inch square tubing for the wood that was in it.
The old chicken coop.
I laughed when I first
You got
saw
a, you got a square tube chassis.
Chumping his attorney, you're gonna have some issues here.
Dude, you're gonna get thrown out of any street class. You got a tube chassis.
Oh no.
Well, they
All he needs to
should.
do all he needs to do is be chumpy. That's all he's after.
I mean, they should let him. It's a 28 Model A, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
There ain't too many of
It
them
didn't
old
really have a frame
pre-war
in the
cars left
beginning
around anymore.
Yeah.
Several months later.
What's up?
Hello.
What's happening? Who are you guys? Is it? Oh, I can't keep track of stuff.
You know what I heard?
What?
I heard if you got 2 carburetors, you got double the horse pressure.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Ooh.
More carburetors, more
know.
horse pressure.
I know Jeremy's starting to squawk a little bit. So.
Oh, squawking.
Yeah, he's squawking.
Look, he's out there sitting on the phone.
He's pouting.
He is pouting. Look at him.
I know.
Look how
He's
depressed he is.
Yeah, he's pouting.
Did you see his frame? Come out here.
What? What do you want? I don't want anything.
We're coming to look at your square tube chassis Pro Mod over here. Here's Bucko's ride.
You're doomed.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I'm not doing brake lines on your car.
You're
so.
not.
I know who is doing brake lines on your car.
We can fit the 10 soldier 4-link brackets right there.
Right there.
Yep.
Nice. I see the works. I can see it. I can visualize it in my head.
It's all there.
Yep. Yep. I can visualize.
I also have multiple chassis, so this isn't exactly the one I'm going to use.
Oh.
It's
not.
Top secret Skunk Works. Sorry.
Skunk Works.
You think you got all the knowledge here,
Yes.
but you don't.
Multiple chassis.
It's like a full-blown race shop.
I mean,
Where do you keep all that stuff?
Places.
Huh?
Places.
usually we change bar angles weekend to weekend. Jeremy, he's gonna be changing frames.
Right, exactly.
He's got
roll this chassis out, roll the other one. All you gotta do is pick a body off, set it down, and go.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm rolling now.
Have a chassis rotisserie, blown, turbo.
Yeah.
Just sit at the computer. Just picks the body off, sets it on the new chassis, ready to go. I see you in there cheating, getting new carburetors. What's wrong with the ones that are on there?
Squawking. You just leave my stuff
What's
be.
wrong with the ones that are on
You
there?
just
They're
leave my
brand
stuff
new
be.
Hollies.
You just leave my stuff
Let me
be.
guess, you worked on them.
What? Well, I may have worked on them a little bit,
that
a couple
explains
times.
why it
Well,
ran
that's
like a
all right though.
turd.
But you know, it is a time capsule, so you just leave my time capsule be.
I hope
you
your
focus
time
on your
capsule's
time
got
capsule.
brake lines.
It's got brake lines.
'Cause I'm a dinosaur.
Technically, mine's older than his.
Yes, this is true.
It is older.
Yours
than mine.
came on wood spoke wheels.
Mine
probably.
is one step up from a buggy.
Yeah.
That's not something to brag about.
No, I don't think so.
I'm about to get stomped by a buggy.
Whorehouse versus chicken coop.
That's it.
Yeah.
Woo!
Actually, I was thinking about selling tickets.
Really?
Well,
Pay-per-view?
They're going to the races, so I figure I could sell every 15 minutes back seat time.
Oh.
And so they can park in the
Those kind of
shop.
tickets.
Pyramid scheme.
Yeah, I know.
I think pay-per-view is a good
I
idea.
get 50%.
We'll see how weird it gets. I might need to give you a shampoo thing at a car place.
Give me a coupon at Moo Moo's.
What does that even mean?
Well, you're the one that rolls around with a whorehouse.
Well, can't help it. It's not my fault.
1970.
Hey, it's mint condition.
Yeah, see? Mint.
Debbie Does Dallas comes to Chumps 55.
What's that?
You don't know what that is?
Probably before my time.
Yeah, it's
That's like one of the
1970s porn
earliest
star.
big
Yeah,
blown up
he knows
movie
all
porn
that
movies
stuff,
that got
yeah.
displayed. Everybody knows who Debbie Does Dallas.
Oh no, you do. Bucko knows.
So when are you gonna? When is this gonna start? When is this gonna start? I
Well,
need to
that
know.
one of
I
the-
need to know stuff.
One of the fans decided that I needed that and brought. It actually fits for a tea, so I have
Oh,
a
a
tea
tea.
bucket too,
Oh, you got a tea bucket
and it's
too.
already set up for a suicide.
So it's not
runner.
going to be the chicken coop.
No,
It'll be
suckers.
the non-chicken coop.
Yeah, that's
chicken
a
coop.
future project.
What the hell is going on back here?
Things are falling apart over here.
What the hell is that?
You know, that's what I asked him. He said it's his extra chassis. He's starting a speed shop or a race shop. He's got multiple chassis. He's going to drop bodies off on different chassis and race.
He says he's gonna have a Pro Charge chassis, a turbo chassis, a nitrous chassis.
Just pick the body off and set it on the new chassis.
Oh,
and go
you're
for it.
full of
Yeah.
shit. You've barely got one headlight and a grill shell.
I don't have one headlight. I got partials of 2 headlights, but not one complete headlight.
Robble, 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 robble.
I got stuff to do. I can't mess with you.
Yeah, right. What? Deliver the wrong parts?
So, Chumpy got some fresh goodies on the 55. Is starting to see some updates, so things are starting to get a little tense.
I think the original carburetors would have been
There was a
You
mouse.
probably tuned them better than
There was a
anybody.
mouse. What?
Probably in his car.
Yeah.
Did he? Oh, you
Big
saw
one.
him. He hangs out there on the backside of the
Hey,
gas
did you
tank
pay
door.
for that 15 minutes?
What do you think of that?
That is nice. That looks good. Holy shit.
So I got to
Thank-
replumb this because you only had 2 fuel inlets and now you're going to have 4.
Okay.
So tomorrow I'm going to run to Jegs and get some fuel line and some fittings and evidently a fuel filter.
Well, yeah, we're gonna need to get one of them since you stumped me on my own car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what
that's
aisle you're
pretty
gonna
sad.
be in at Jegs. Chrome and dressing, dress up. Red and blue fuel fittings.
Well, I mean, that's what he's got. Is that what you want, red and blue, or you want black?
Yeah, no, red and blue's good.
See?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah, red and blue.
So we'll get red
That's
and
it.
blue fittings
I like
because
red
that's
and
what he wants.
Right.
Chrome dress up.
So I see the chicken coop getting sucked right down those things. I mean, front part and back part. You're just
Okay.
laying across your.
Now it'll run on all 8 cylinders. Now let's see if we can get the engine to stay in the chassis. So
It's
the
not
clutch
going
doesn't
anywhere.
Go flop.
I'm tired of you talking about the chassis flexing and the motor mounts weak. It don't move. There's no flex. Zero flex.
Well, there's no reason to fuck with that clutch then.
Well,
That's the clutch problem. It's not
yeah,
flexing in the
it's not a
chassis.
flex problem. You're trying to get me deeper into this thing than I really need to
No.
go. Yes, I am.
Oh,
yes, you are.
Yeah, I am. I am.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you am. Yes, you am. So,
I'm full of shit.
there's
Don't
no
listen to me
flex.
whatsoever.
When this thing goes into the air, it'll be both tires at the same time. Chicken coop suckers right there. What? I'm thinking we're already the first big block 55 4-speed E85 car right now
With a tunnel ram
with the tunnel ram
and Krager Super
and
Tricks
Krager Super Tricks and M22 transmission
and Goodyear Eagle
and Goodyear
white letter tires from
19
1980.
Yes,
Trucker
That's
shifter
it.
knob.
that's it.
Hey, old buddy, old pal, shifter, yeah.
We're gonna fix that though. So
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about
yeah,
that
we're
shifter.
fixing the shifter. Yeah, that's it.
Now if you just work on the driver.
So we'll work on that, and then hopefully these carburetors are pretty close. They always have been. I've
Yeah.
never really had to do a whole lot to them,
Yeah.
but I'll get them dialed in, and
Okay.
we need to put return springs up here because
Okay.
the throttle linkage tends to want to hang
Oh yeah.
like that.
Okay. Yeah, we don't
So
want
we
that.
got to put a couple of return springs out here.
Okay.
Hey, so what do we got going on over here?
So, your brother ordered all the stuff to put a mechanical fuel pump in the front of this.
And I switched my injectors out. I got brand new fuel tech. Let's give it up. Give it up for William. Sorry. Brand new fuel tech injectors. They I ordered them yesterday at 3 in the afternoon and they were here this morning at like 9 a.m. That's pretty incredible. Great customer service, I must say. Next step is going to be switching all the cars over. You don't have to switch your Falcon, but I'm probably going to switch everything else over eventually. I like my good old Bosch 210s. You can get them at Walmart. I mean, like our ECUs. See, I'm just got smart enough to figure out all the stuff on Holly. So you're a Holly kind of guy. Yeah, I'm a Holly kind of guy. The boost graph, X and Y axis. Yeah, that's all I do. Boost versus time. That's all I need. And tire pressure. That's all I need.
All right, so are we doing the fuel system on this now instead of working on your truck?
You can work on it.
Okay.
I'll work on that.
Okay.
I need to go get a fuel pump. And then start plumbing it.
Mm-hmm.
Put spark plugs in it.
Mm-hmm.
Sparkulators. Need to put a carb gasket under the carb. I can do that. That's pretty easy.
Mm-hmm. That's why I handed them to you.
Thanks. We need to tighten up all the motor mounts because they're all still loose, even these.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
8s.
8s?
As long as they're all 8s, we're good.
I mean, the only thing about a truck is you got to be 7'3" Victor Wembanyama to work on this fucking thing. We can put it back on the ground, but I figured to run the fuel lines and stuff, you might want it up in there.
What you got?
We got another drone down.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Did that just happen?
Kermit bit the dust already.
No.
I look back through the footage, I haven't seen the accident yet. The last thing was out front here and it didn't seem like he crashed, but it could have been after he clicked off.
Alright, so we got sparkulators in there. We got the plug wires on there. Scuba Steve made us a coil wire. Got the header gaskets in there and the header's on.
Need to make some training cooler lines and some fuel lines and get a fuel pump. And then I gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with my brackets for the alternator and shit. It's been a nightmare.
How's this going?
We're putting the fuel pump in the back, mounting it, and then we're waiting on a mandrel to come in for the front to drive it. Should be in tomorrow, and we should have everything to do it. But we're getting as far as we can with the rest of it. Then we're mounting nice billet shit just to pure rust. Look at this shit.
Nice. Oh my god.
That's fine.
It's just surface rust. What do you want me to do?
You should have let me paint your bobby brackets. They're rusting away.
Matches. So this is what I'm dealing with now. I've got this crank trigger. This goes on the end of the balancer. And it's got this centerpiece because it's a small block. It comes with this centerpiece. It goes in. And this keeps it centered right here. But it's not recessed far enough to get this against this. So then this is loose behind it. It's just a nightmare. Everything for a small block Chevy in the modern era is a f***ing nightmare.
So even if I bored that out, it's still going to bottom out on the balancer. There's got to be something different for here.
Maybe I'll go to Jags and see if they have a different kind of mandrel. But
yeah,
the company I've been dealing with, that's just the only thing that...
There's got to be something you can go in here that's got a smaller diameter to fit the small block Chevy balancer, because that won't even fit in the balancer. Even if I bored that out.
But it neatly fits in there. It's just not recessed far enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely need some Allen heads for that.
So they would probably have those at the Napa. Or Ace Hardware down next to the old shop.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
What's wrong? This is nothing. This is your fault. Oh, hell yeah.
We're waiting for the hammer.
He said you have to go back to Jags.
No, I'm not going for a third time today. I'm not going up again. I already went this morning, and then I came here, and then I went back there again. Yeah.
The parts, the price, the pros advice. Looks like old Steve's working on getting us some fuel pumperage. About to mount this here fuel cell. I like the black. Real sharp. Looking good. Death wheeled the bed. Nah, it'll be fine.
Finally figured out how to get this all to work and line up right, so we've already ran the cable. We've mounted the pump in the back. we're working on putting the pump. We got this custom bracket here that you kind of just mount wherever you want on the motor plate. You put it where you want it, and then you get a belt just the right size, and it should work. So
Let's see what Tommy's doing. What's Tommy doing? I need a knife. You need a knife? Or just something that I can cut holes in the bag. There we go, perfect.
So we're getting a parachute put on the back of the Falcon?
Yup.
It already had one, it was just hanging on by a thread, literally.
And this is not the race to be going to not have a parachute, so.
Yeah.
Want to get a new one
Yeah,
on.
because you were pulling yours every time last time, right?
Oh yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, unless if you want to absolutely cook your brakes.
Well.
All right, guys, so it's Thursday. Just getting finished up, getting the Falcon ready. Got our new parachute on this week. Thanks to Uncle Terry at Jags. This one's a Simpson. It's all right. And we ended up changing bar angles again. Just a slight change. We did one hole change on the chassis side bottom bar. Look right here. We were here. We just went down one hole. Just trying to lessen up. I think our air squat was around 110%. Not that that means literally anything, but now it should be under 100, maybe a little bit. So I just want to soften up the hit. It's still separating really hard, and I just like the way the car feels better when it's below 100%, honestly. It just feels a little more stable. So we went back to that. We didn't touch the top bar. We also got these weights on, the rear end housing. This is what we're trying. I don't know if we put that in the last video, but this is about 50 pounds on the rear end housing. We've been doing this the last couple weekends, but this will be a true test because the reason we do this is for really bumpy tracks. And War in the Woods is definitely that. So I'll probably just leave those on there forever unless we're racing on like really good prep, then I don't really need it, I don't think. But the other thing we did is we got the Mickeys on, thanks to Tanner. Helped me getting those on. Going to the stiff sidewall for this weekend because we're going to be leaving pretty hard. And if you watched last video, we were having trouble with the Hoosiers. So got the Mickeys on, weight on the housing, bar angle change, should be around 90% anti-squat. I think that'll be in a good spot for us for this weekend and probably forever. I just like the way the car feels, you know, at that anti-squat. So just nutting and bolting everything. And I think Billy's getting ready to start his truck, so I'll finish this thing up and we'll go back there and see if he can start it.
let's take the lines off the rails and pump them into a jug. Crank it over, make sure it actually pumps fuel. If there's anything in those lines, we'll pump it out, flush it. Come on. So before we load up, I decided to plot this thing. Not that I really care what any of this says because it don't really make no sense, but it says we're at 100%, give or take. I think we're somewhere between 90 and 110. This says 100. I quickly measured it. Everything's within like 1/8 of an inch. So, but like you change this by 1/8 of an inch and it goes from 100% to 109. So we're somewhere in there, give or take 100%. I think that's a good place to be. So what is a little bit concerning to me though is our bottom bar is, I don't know, it changes every time I put this angle finder on the bar, but
I think we're like either half a degree up or down. It's really hard to tell. I think we're half a degree uphill. It's really deceiving. I think we're about a half a degree uphill on the bottom bar, which is damn near flat. This one looks a little lower. I don't know why. They're in the same holes. Just is what it is. And our top bar is like, I think like 11.5 degrees, 11.2. This one's gonna say like fucking 13, even though they're in the same holes. Yeah, that one says 10. So, yeah, I don't know. Doesn't matter. If it works, it works. That's all I care. So, what's going on? We definitely have an injector that's not spraying correctly. Brand new. Brand new. We did flush the lines because we did have to make a couple new fuel lines, and I put my filter on there. Like, it's got a good filter. Not really sure. I noticed it was idling a little funny on the driver's side, and I kept unplugging number one, and it made no difference in idle. So we took that injector out, and it only flowed about 20, and the other one flowed 100 or more. Jesus! In a matter of 20 seconds. So we're gonna try it again. And I don't want to bash any companies yet, because who knows what's going on. That motherfucker sounds a lot louder. Hear how loud that one is? Can't even hardly hear this one. Have you tried a different thing? It doesn't matter. Just to get rid of that variable. That was 3. Let's try this output. On injector cleaner. So. Yeah, it didn't make a difference. Jesus. What have you learned? What's the info?
I haven't learned anything. I've learned that I can't believe I'm saying this, but carburetors are easier.
Yeah, I think Billy's feeling that way right about now. Would it be easier just to put a carburetor back on it for the weekend? He's actually thinking about it.
I have one. Hey, your dad does have a really nice 18 blow-through carburetor up there sitting on the Monte Carlo.
85. It's the 85.
I still have the black IRD, but it was always a little lean.
So what are your options now?
Go back to the ones I had last weekend that were running good when I took them out.
So your brand new ones you just got, you have one that just trickles?
Yeah, and I flushed the lines. There was nothing that came out in that bucket, was there? No. I mean, we flushed the lines out. It's got a good filter on it.
On a good note though, you got a mechanical fuel pump on there now.
Yeah, Alki Diggers
That's
hooked us
working.
up, man.
Did they really?
I mean, they didn't hook us up. I paid for it, but like they got all the stuff, and their customer service is great. That's the main thing. Like, I'll text Braden, and he'll answer within minutes, and he'll have answers. Because I was struggling trying to get all that shit to work, and I've never done it before.
So you're
You
saying
have
now?
to use the big block mandrel and take the center out of the crank trigger. There's like a centering ring. You take that out, and then you use the big block mandrel, and everything works. So that's what I did.
And you're saying now your voltage is actually up, your alternator isn't so...
Before with the other fuel pump, it wouldn't really keep it charged. It was pulling too much amperage. So now it actually is charging at 17.8. It's a 16 volt battery, so we should be good. I should never have to charge it anymore.
Well, I'm getting ready to go edit this video. What are the chances that we're leaving tonight?
Very slim at this point. We're gonna go ahead and flow all the atomizers that we used last weekend. We had one that was acting up a little bit, but we did get it working eventually last weekend, and it was flying. It's just we had the fuel pump issue shut off, and then the transit brake issue first round. So we definitely have one fuel tech injector that's not. It's just barely pissing, I don't know. I really don't know. I've never had this much trouble. with any injector. I mean, your Falcon's been great. My Nova's been great. It's had atomizers. I haven't had an issue at it, but this truck, for whatever reason, just hates injectors. Like, it's crazy. You know, the fuel lines are all rated for methanol. We didn't have anything come out when we flushed the lines. And I didn't even use a cutoff wheel when I was making the lines. I was using one of those, there's like a crank, you crank it down and it's got the razor blade and it cuts it. So it's not like there was any excess like dirt or dust made from cutting the lines. And I pretty much reused all the lines that it had before. I just had to extend it a little bit. So I don't know. We're gonna have to figure something out.